WSVI TV.
News 8 is brought to you tonight by Trans-Island Air Cargo since 1983 and Cable and Wireless BVI Limited.
Good evening, I'm Tracy Stevens. In local news this evening, the holidays are now officially over and the Virgin Islands is back to work. The territory's new legislature rolled up its sleeves today after senators were sworn into office and began the first session of the 18th legislature.
Welcome to News 8. I'm Anne-Marie Heiliger. Here's what's happening in our top story this evening. American Airlines has decided not to charge passengers baggage fees for carrying Crucian rum.
Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and these are the stories we have for you tonight. A homicide occurs on St. Croix on the 4th of July weekend. The Virgin Islands Police Department gets some much-needed manpower, and we have fireworks for you. Details on these stories and more coming up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, on July 5th, the Virgin Islands Police Department responded in Barron Spot to the home of Albert Marcel. Once there, police found his lifeless body. Deputy Chief Howell gives us more. On July In our top story tonight, a 14-year-old tourist has been shot here at Coakley Bay. News Channel 8's Wes Small is on the scene.
Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. Governor John DeYoung blasts Hovenza in a special report. A VI senator reacts about the fallout of the Hovenza speech. A teacher in Puerto Rico has been sentenced for the unthinkable. And our boys go to the Dominican Republic. Those stories and more up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, Governor John DeYoung blasts Hovenza in a special broadcast that was aired right here on News Channel 8. Let's look at some highlights.
6 months ago,
Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. St. Croix prison officials grapple with the escape of rapists. Governor DeYoung talks territory finances, and the Senate overrides governor's veto. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
TV8 News is brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total, you know where to turn.
In our top story, now that escaped rapist Raphael Joseph is back behind bars, prison officials on St. Croix held a press conference yesterday to discuss the brazen security breach and to find ways to ensure it doesn't happen again. That's right, it's Bowtie Friday here at News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. Pedestrian dies in vehicular accidents. Youth Wise Up Workshop and John H. Woodson students build green homes. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
News Channel 8 is brought to you by Body Beast. Call in the Virgin Islands 1-800-458-6815 for Body Beast.
This program is the real deal. If you knew me a while ago and you see me today, you'd be like, man, what are you doing? I'm doing Body Beast.
I decided to try Body Beast because I was looking for something different. I wanted to lose weight at the same time gain muscle. It's easy.
In our top story, at about 8:20 p.m. on February 5th, 911 emergency call center received a call of a pedestrian being struck by a vehicle on the North Side Road in the vicinity of Agape Medical Center. Virgin Islands police officer. And welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Lieutenant Governor holds press conference. More guns off of the streets, and complex track team returns with awards. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
This is WSVI Channel 8 News. The voice of the Virgin Islands, starting now.
In our top story, the Governor, Kenneth Mapp, administration has announced Rick Mulgrave as its new Bureau of Corrections Director at a press conference here earlier today. Mr. Mulgrave's announcement comes at a critical time for the territory's prison system, which remains under constant decree and where morale has seemed to be very low.
The law enforcement professional.
Hello and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Essie Gaston Edwards, and here are some of the stories we have for you now. Your Crime Stoppers report, Department of Agriculture's new project, and your entertainment report. These stories and more coming up next on News Channel 8.
This is WSVI Channel 8 News. The voice of the Virgin Islands, starting now.
News on Channel 8 is brought to you by Carony.
Jay, how do you feel about your results?
My bald spot is gone. It really is amazing.
Watch the program on Channel 8 and call with your questions and learn about a special TV offer in the Virgin Islands.
In our top story, here's Glenn Drake, VIPD Territorial Public Information Officer, with this week's Crime Stoppers report.